Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Samp Chance Boxing. I'm your host, Bobby Sampson, joined as always, my man, Miami Heat. Seahawks on top, Seahawks right here, Super Bowl Sunday. Yes, I'm a Steelers fan, but I also do love my Seahawks. You know, they are my local, so I do have that benefit. Chance, what says you, man?
It'll be a good game, man. I'm so happy for Sam Darnold. This is his fifth different team. And we were told last summer that getting rid of Geno Smith is not a good idea. Darnold sucks. He's horrible. He just can't do it. He's a possible third pick overall. Here he is in the Super Bowl. The winningest quarterback in the last 2 years. He's 28-6.
He's no Ryan Leaf. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just leave that there. But I can understand where people were coming from. Geno was doing really well. The Seahawks didn't have a bad season to really just. I can see Farrell. I can see this. But Geno didn't make sense at the time. It didn't because of the season that he had. But I kind of guess it also shows the people that he had around him to play with, right? So, to see the Seahawks in there and to avenge that loss against this version of the Patriots, I think it's really, really easy. Not easy, but nothing's ever easy, but I think they can do it. I think the biggest concern, really, honestly, is the halftime show. More people are more upset about that. More people are clamored about that.
So many people are doing their own halftime shows. If you turn into this YouTube channel, this thing, they got all their own little.
Yeah, I saw one with Kid Rock and some.
Yeah, they're doing that. Some other guys are doing their own. But the thing is, here's the thing: it's not actually the NFL that picks the halftime show. It's actually Jay-Z who's picking the halftime show. And here's the problem: Jay-Z, Rock Nation has the contract to pick the performers. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so before you would see Rolling Stones, Tom Petty, Prince, Foo Fighters, Justin Timberlake. That was from the NFL. U2, guys like that, So then he took it over.
Yeah.
And so he takes it over, and he's a bit of a, he's a bit of a past that guy.
Well, that's why we've seen a lot of Rihanna. We've seen, and I had nothing against Rihanna. I had nothing against the West Coast Snoop Dogg stuff. I thought that was all good.
But the problem is that Bad Bunny is not from San Francisco. Well, who is the biggest act ever from San Francisco? They're one of the biggest bands in the world. They're a top 10 selling band of all time. That's Metallica. Why is not Metallica doing the Super Bowl show? Well, there could be two reasons. One, you have to pay for it. And two, Jay doesn't want him there. So he picked Bad Bunny. He's kind of being a little bit of a pest. He's making a little bit of trouble, Jay-Z. The easy selection is Metallica. They're from San Fran. They're one of the biggest bands ever. They should be doing the halftime show.
And they're hot right now, too, dude. They've been touring, so it's not like they're coming out of retirement or anything,
No, they always play.
But look, right? we got the game. I'm swimming in my jersey because I used to be 300 pounds the last time the Seahawks were in the Super Bowl. Look at this, Chance. I'm just swimming in this thing. But the only time I'm going to wear this, I am very superstitious. Doesn't matter if
hopefully it brings you good luck.
Well, dude, here's my superstition, and I've done this. And I've done this for a while now with the Steelers, and I'll carry this on. I do this with I do this with all my teams. If we're in the playoffs, the day of the game, I'll wear the jersey right now.
For good luck.
For now. But game day, I don't wear anything to represent my team.
Yeah.
I don't wear a hat. I don't wear this. I'll leave it on my bed or I'll leave it on the chair. But I never put it on. I don't know why. It just something happened. I think the Cubs were down and I took off my hat and jersey. And then they came back and won. And I said, okay. That's the baseball in me. That's the baseball in me, right? That's superstition.
It'll be a good game. It's not a walk in the park. Everybody's saying Seahawks are going to smash. Well, Drake May's a good quarterback. He's an MVP candidate. Their defense is good. He can run with his legs. I think Hawks will win, but it's not going to be a blowout.
I think the Hawks have a bit more in terms of experience with Cooper Kupp and whatnot, having that time there. Why not, man? Let's do it.
It's a good game.
Nothing to lose. And this is the beauty of it. Both these teams have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Nobody can understand why Sam Darnold gets so much hate. He's a good guy. I figured it out. You know why people hate on Sam Darnold?
Well, you tell me, Chance, why?
He's a ginger.
So they're picking on him because he's a redhead?
Yes.
Isn't that racism?
I guess against gingers, yeah. That's one thing I saw.
I mean, you figure, okay, white people are racist against their own people, man.
What else could it be? What's that?
White people are racist against their own kind.
Everybody's hating on the ginger. All colors hate on the ginger for some reason, man. It all started when South Park brought that out, and ever since then, people
ginger. Gingers have always been kind of, even back in the day, man. We always kind of looked at the gingers. It all started with Problem Child, John Ritter movie.
Yeah, I remember that
in the 80s, right? Ever since then, redheads have been getting a bad rap.
Yeah, so I think that's why
that's where it started from.
That's a little bit of hate.
All right, listen. Enough about the Gingers. Enough about the Super Bowl. Enjoy the game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Halftime show is for the women.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Okay, look, I'm there for football. Even when my favorite bands are on, I'll glance. But I'm there for the game, bro. Like, you know, like
speaking of that, what do you think is the best halftime show that you've seen? There's been so many good ones, right?
I'll be biased. I mean, the one in New Orleans with U2 and Green Day was really good. They played really, really well. I really enjoyed Prince's show. Prince's show was awesome. Phenomenal. Yeah, just the fact that it was raining during Purple Rain kind of, you know, made it even more spectacular. I don't care what anybody says. Michael Jackson was great at the time.
Yeah,
you know, Rolling Stones were great too.
Stones, yeah. And I say people kind of agree the worst one is that last one, was that Kendrick Lamar one. Nobody's really seemed to like that.
Honestly, one. I to this day have still not seen it.
I watched a bit of it, but I didn't really.
No, I was at work, so I watched the first half, and then I went to do some things in the office, and then I came back, and you know I missed it all. So it wasn't something I was really interested in. But I mean, again, I don't know Kendrick Lamar's music well enough to really say anything. But for me, honestly, I think the best one for that stands out for me is probably Prince. I would have to say Prince.
Prince is good.
Just for the fact, just the way it all played out, right?
And now that he's passed away too adds to it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, being able to see that and, you know, whatnot. And, you know, Madonna was good too.
Yeah, Madonna, Tom Petty.
They were all good. There's a lot of good ones here. Like, I'm surprised. I would love to see an AC/DC do it once.
The mayor of Las Vegas was campaigning for AC/DC to do the halftime show, but JC picked Kendrick Lamar over.
Yeah, no. See, I think AC/DC would have put on a great show.
The biggest selling band of all time.
Yeah. No, I had no problems with it, but those are my top three. I mean, just because really you know U2 is my favorite band, I would have to put them in the top three just to see them out there with Green Day, with the return to New Orleans after Hurricane, whatever that was. But yeah, all right,
let's get on with it.
Let's get on to it. So this Saturday, some people are calling it a Picasso. Some people are saying, hang this fight at the Louvre because it was a masterpiece. Shakur Stevenson literally dog walked Teófimo for 12 rounds. Maybe outside of one, and I would say that would be the 8th round where I think Shakur took a day off or took a round off. Your thoughts, man? Was it what I just said it was?
Yes, absolutely. And the thing is that so much at play here. Number one, Shakur schooled him, masterclass, outboxed him. You could give Teo a round, maybe 2 if you want to be a homer for him, but he got dominated. Here's the thing. What round was that? In the later round, I can't remember what round it was. So Teo was losing, and he tried to bite Shakur on the shoulder there. And that's Teo going back to his dirty tactics. He's getting flustered. He just couldn't hit him, couldn't find him. He had no game plan. If you listen in between the rounds, his dad didn't give him any strategy to hit him. Well, yeah, we understand that. How should he get to him? What should he do differently? No adjustments, no game plan. Teófimo Sr. needs to go. He's got his son this far, but if you're ever going to compete against Shakurs and these kind of guys again, you need a new trainer. So hopefully
and I'm glad you brought that up because there's a couple points here that I want to make. I completely agree with you. I think it's time for dad to leave. Yes. I think he's done everything. It's kind of like this, man. You can tune your car to a certain extent, but then you got to get outside of your garage and buy a new part to take you to that next level, right? And that's what I kind of see here. Where was his dad for the press conference? He needed to be there to support his son, correct? The instructions in the corner were completely horrible. I'm a novice boxer at best. I can tell you what to do. Like you can. I know what to do by looking at it. You know, it's kind of like playing Jeopardy on your couch. You always win, but you don't necessarily win when you're in the arena, right? Same with me. I'm a novice boxer at best, but I have the basics down. One thing I said to you, Chance, on the phone, why weren't they telling him to keep that one hand up? They left. He was just.
I know. Right? It's terrible.
So the instructions were horrible. Now, what really?
Teo Senior, my son doesn't listen to me. He's blaming his son.
And he's saying that he's throwing Teo under the bus in interviews later on seconds out. He doesn't listen to me. This and that. Where's your power? What are you doing? You're going to be embarrassed in the morning. Why would you say that to someone in the middle of a battle?
Yeah, tell him what to do, how to do it, how to get there.
So he didn't even know what to do because here's what Shakur did differently, okay? This is what makes this fight so exciting for me because going back and rewatching it again, we've had a couple of days to do that, and I have. And what I saw was Shakur Stevenson We've known him, and we saw this in the Oscar Valdez fight as well when we were there. He likes to move around. He's always moving. He's always grooving. Jab, move, jab, move.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is what caught Teo off guard, was the fact that this guy, Shakur Stevenson, came into this fight. I won't say he was lead-footed, but he didn't move as much. He stood there in front of Teo, and still Teo couldn't get anything off. The precision and the skill that Shakur Stevenson has, and he's not even at his full potential. It's scary.
He's still young. He's not even
and
30 yet.
The fact that he's now not even moving, he's standing in front of you, and you still can't hit the guy, that's special. That's special. Now, what really makes me think that he needs to move away from his father, and I'm talking about Teófimo Lopez, is Shakur Stevenson. I don't know if you saw this little thing that he had up there on X, Instagram, and whatnot, a little post. Because I walked by the medical room. This is Shakur Stevenson, okay, what he wrote. I walked by the medical room, and Teo was sitting there all by himself. His father wasn't there. Nobody was there with him. So what's to say? Is Teo's dad only want to be with you when you're successful? But the minute you faltered, the whole team doesn't sit with you. Nobody.
I think that Teo's dad, well, he's trying to say that he gave the guy a game plan, even though we heard him in the between months not to make adjustments. He said he had a game plan prior to the fight. His son refused to listen, refused to do what he was taught in training camp, and just made his own freelance game plan and got work. That's what the dad is trying to say. I'm sure there's a bit of truth to it. Teo can be a bit of a
I appreciate that. I appreciate it, but I think the game plan was based on a Shakur Stevenson who's moving and grooving, right? If you think Shakur likes to go to the left a lot, right? Am I right or wrong? He likes to move to the left. He likes to move to the left. This guy wasn't moving left. This guy wasn't moving right. He was standing right in front of you. Okay, so world-class boxer would adjust on the fly. You call an audible, correct?
Yep, absolutely, all the time.
So the game plan, in my opinion, was to attack a Shakur Stevenson that's moving.
Yep.
The fact that he didn't boxing 101, hold that hand. What did you teach me in the field?
Yeah, hold your hand up, yeah.
Okay,
I don't know what he was doing.
That didn't do it. Nothing. So look, bottom line, I don't think it's over for Teo. I think there's still a lot here for Teo to accomplish.
He's not even 30 yet.
Right? So, but it's time to move on. I don't know who wants to take the guy on. That's the other issue now.
Bob Aaron needs to tell him, hey, Teo, we gotta Bob needs to talk to the dad. You need to step aside.
I appreciate that, but where does he go? How many bridges has he burned with his comments when it comes to trainers and stuff and ethnicity? Right?
He can go to Freddie Roach or somebody in Top Rank. There's trainers that will take him.
I would think, honestly, for him, I think the best guy for him would either be Bomac. I don't know why. I just think Bomac would be good with him, but then that interferes. It's him or Derek James.
But if Teo's has to listen to his trainers, so it's a thing.
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of like
he doesn't listen. It's possible he doesn't.
He's been homeschooled for so long in terms of training. He's going to have to swallow a pill and smarten up. I mean, let's see where he goes from here. I mean, it was what it was, but I mean, that was just a dog walking. It truly was.
Oh, it was a masterclass performance by Shakur, controlling the distance, fighting off his back foot, countering Teo every time.
Yeah,
slipping, moving.
I mean, just the slickness. This guy's. I don't know, man. I'm going to put him above Floyd at where Floyd was at this point in his career.
It's hard to say. We'll see if we can continue on with it. I thought Teo should have roughed him up a little bit more. I know he's hard to get, but I thought Teo should have done some dirty boxing, clinched him up a little more.
I mean, the only roughing up he did was trying to bite him on the elbow or on the shoulder in round 9, right?
That was so lame. I lost a lot of respect for Teo for that.
Well, fair play, brother, and he's one of our favorite guys, right?
Yeah, I like Teo. Like he's cool in person, but like you just never know with him what's going on in his head.
You know what though? I'm not condoning it, but then again, when you're in the heat of the battle and you're in there, and I guess with his mentality, it's just kind of like you're not getting any respect from your own corner. Like I think that probably hurt him more than anything was the fact the way his dad and the team was talking to him. I mean, you're supposed to elevate your guy. You're supposed to tell him, yes. And what you're telling him, you're going to be embarrassed in the morning. Why are you feeding his brain with stupid information that he doesn't need, man? That's all I'm going to say about that.
He had moments here and there, but the bottom line is he couldn't solve Shakur's puzzle.
No,
he tried. He couldn't do it. He just
couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. Okay,
so let's move on. Not even 48 hours removed, WBC strips him of his 135 title. I had a good conversation with our good friends who read at the Red there, and I was talking to Mr. Neutral, and it comes down to discretion, sole discretion of Suleiman, who decides who gets to keep what and what not.
I know.
I really don't understand. I get it. Every sanctioning body has its own rules and old techniques, but come on, man. The man just won his fight. Are they doing this? And Suleiman's a thief. Suleiman, out of all four of them, is probably the dirtiest of them all.
Maybe they're thinking he's not going to fight at 135 anymore, so that's going to take it from you now. I don't know what is
No. Okay, so the way it works is you get a 15-day grace period.
Mm.
Okay, so what Shakur should have done, and this is what I've learned. Okay, this is from my learning now. Shakur should have notified WBC, hey, I'm doing this fight, 15 days, blah, blah, blah. And then they can say, okay, we'll give you a grace period to decide what you want to do. Because they even Mike Coppinger, who interviewed him in the ring, Coppinger, right? Yeah, he interviewed him in the ring, asked him, so what's next? As they always do. He goes, I don't know. I want to go back to 135 and I want to unify. I want to become undisputed at 135. Suleiman sitting there, he hears this.
Oh, he hears it. That's the thing about boxing is like if you have a big money fight coming at 135, they'll make an exception for you. They'll extend your grace period.
Yeah.
So it's all about whatever was in Solomon. I don't know what you got mad about, but he could have dragged it out. He could have.
Well, one can argue it has to do with the fact of his relationship with Bud Crawford because Bud snubbed him and didn't pay the $400,000 that he was supposed to.
By the way, right? Bud will fight this year. He's not retired. I know he's saying he'll fight.
We'll get there when that comes up, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But yeah, no, fair play. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's just I think a lot of it has to do with his bitterness towards Bud, perhaps. Mm-hmm. The other thing is Teo, he doesn't even know if he's staying at 140. He wanted to go back to 135 and unify the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And become undisputed down there. So unfortunate situation there. I'm reading some people are saying it's based on race, it's based on that. Some of it could be.
That's bull crap.
I don't know. You never know, dude. Like we've talked about it before. Is there discrimination against Asian and Latino fighters? And we've talked about that. I mean, I'm sure there could be
Asian fighters, absolutely for sure. Look at a new way. It should be in Pacquiao. They always get
Right. But it's the same thing could be said here a little bit too. But I think it's more bitterness on terms of Suleiman, and he has the sole discretion. That's the thing. He can, based on his discretion alone, no one else's. He determines what's what. So we got that. But speaking of Floyd,
here's one thing I got to bring up. So according to the numbers that I've been researching the last couple of days for the show, if this is accurate, Lopez versus Stevenson, it was a pretty good card, right? We had Keyshawn Davis on there, looked awesome. We had Shu Shu looked awesome. Bright stars, future stars. This pay-per-view allegedly, according to his own numbers, got 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. If that's the case, that's a success.
That is a very good success. And good for them, man. I mean, this is good. This is what you want to see. Keyshawn, yeah, man. I mean, he looked great and he got the job done when he needed it to. And Shu Shu got hurt early, but was able to rebound. So, I mean, that looked good on him as well, man. So, good card overall. Really exciting times.
It was really good card. Yeah, it was pretty good. Here's the debate: is like you get some of these like. I don't want to call them because some of the guys on our boxing league say, and I don't really want to call them boxing snobs, but I'm going to call them boxing snobs. So they're sitting there. I won't mention names. They're saying, "Well, if you thought the Shakur fight was boring, you're not a hardcore boxing fan. You don't know boxing." That's not true. It can be. Two things can be true at once. It can be he's an amazing fighter. He's super slick. He's got great reflexes. Doesn't mean that his fight is exciting. Doesn't mean his fight is entertaining. Right? Two things can be true at once. Pacquiao was always exciting. Mayweather wasn't exciting, but we all know how good of a boxer he was. So some of these guys get on their high horse. They thumb their nose at the casual fan. Everybody that I know that watched the fight, that's not in our realm, said it was boring. But the Davis fights and the Shu Shu fights, they like that. This is what I heard. So, is Shakur the most exciting fighter? No. Is he a master technician? Absolutely. Is he brilliant? Absolutely. That doesn't make for an entertaining fight, though.
And I hear what you're saying. And you know what? You're always going to get people like that on either side of the ledger. Okay. And the reality of it is, this was a fight for boxing fans. Okay. If the casual fan came, that's awesome, man. Come join us. We'd love to have you.
But they're not going to come back to watch that Shakur again because he didn't excite them.
Well, but that's just boxing. What can you do then? I mean,
I'm not blaming you. He did what he had to do. Look, I'm just saying,
it's all. No, I hear what you're saying, but just as a boxing guy myself, I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? I mean, I grew up De La Hoya, scientific fighter, not the most exciting guy in the world. I mean, it's just this. That's why it's called the sweet science. Some guys are just boxers, and some guys are bowlers.
If you take Teo out of this fight, then you put in another guy that's not as entertaining as Teo, not as controversial. The numbers would be way less, right?
No, they probably would be.
So we're going to see when Shakur fights a guy that's not as well known what he gets. But like All these
Well, I mean,
guys.
look, if anything is pointing in the direction, there's two directions, in my opinion, for this fight now for Shakir's next fight. Okay, the easy fight to make is him and Conor Ben at
Mhm.
Wembley. That's easy. Why is it
Yeah,
easy? Because they're both promoted by Eddie Hearn.
yeah,
Okay, that's an easy fight to make. You can get Wembley. You can sell that out easily for that. That's a huge fight. Okay, the other big fight for me would be Haney. Him and
yeah.
Haney,
That could be good. But,
right?
what I'm saying is like we can sit here and Shakur is amazing, but like at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that his
I get
fight
it.
is.
I think my point is just we have to find the
I
right
don't think
balance.
Ben doesn't deserve that fight, but the reason why Ben will get that fight is because
The UK,
yeah, he's gonna sell tickets, right?
though, he'll sell out Wembley. You'll get 80,000 people in there for that.
Yeah, that'd be
Easy,
a big fight.
right? Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You could do it at Tottenham. You could do it at Chelsea. No, not at Chelsea. Tottenham or Arsenal. Those are huge stadiums
If
down there.
Shakur wants to give him the home field advantage, we don't know if he will.
Shakir's not scared to, man. He'll do it, and he knows where the money is. He's not going to get that crowd here,
No, no,
right?
he's not a big
At
fighter
Ben,
yet.
MGM Grand sold out is the most I would give that fight if Ben were to fight here. That
Mm-hmm.
fight has to happen overseas
If he's gonna fight Ben, yeah.
if he's going to fight Ben. But I mean, I think right now it all comes down to who they put against him as a dance partner to build up his name. Because even Bud, let's be honest, man, if he didn't fight Canelo, and Bud was fighting someone else, we're talking about a guy who's 3 times undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't draw like that. I get it. It's
No.
a business. I get it. It's a business. I get it. It's a popularity thing.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it, but sometimes I feel that you get the fights now based not on your accomplishments, your merits, or your skill. It's on how many people follow you on TikTok, Instagram, and X.
Do you know who the biggest draw in boxing history ever is right now of all time?
I would have to say Ryan Garcia or
No.
who?
The biggest draw ever in boxing history as of today. The most people watch him fight than anybody else is Jake
Ali.
Paul. No, Jake Paul.
Oh, really? Eh?
Oh, by far. His Netflix numbers are insane. 30, 40 million people watching him.
Yeah, fair enough, man. But also the people he's dancing with will help. But I mean, it takes two to dance.
Absolutely, yeah.
Look, dude, if he didn't have Tyson, if Tyson wasn't in that fight, I don't think we'd be talking those numbers.
Nope,
The majority of those numbers came from Tyson.
Well, that's not true because then he did almost the same numbers as Joshua, and he's not a big star over here.
Joshua still has his following from the UK, though. But anyways, either way,
so
good for
either
him.
way, Jake Paul, the top.
There you go.
Boxer,
And just and a little bit on Jake Paul, they just signed a new TV deal with Sky Sports to show all the MVP. So Sky Sports has got boxing again, man. So it's a good, exciting time there for them. They announced their card, I believe, this April in London at the O2. Caroline Dubois, Terry Hatcher's on that card as well. Scott Nee's on that card as well. So it's going to be an interesting card there as well to see how that plays out for them over there. Okay, let's move on to the finances of boxing. You ready?
Yep.
I ask you this question, my friend. Is Floyd Mayweather broke or does he actually have a case?
I don't think he's broke. He's made so much. I don't know. I don't know if he has a case. You never know with this guy. He's done a lot of dirty tactics before. He says a lot of things that are true.
Let's put this in perspective a little bit. I'm not going to go into mad details. I'm just going to give you a quick synopsis of it all. Pardon me. Floyd Mayweather is suing Showtime and Steven Espinoza for $340 million. That includes Al Heyman. Okay. For money not given. And this is going all the way back to the Conor McGregor fight that he was not paid an upwards of $340 million for that fight and maybe a couple other fights. So here's my question to you. When was the Conor McGregor fight? 2017, 2018, something like that?
No. That was way back. That was, what was it? Yeah, I can't remember now.
It was 2016, 2017.
Yeah, it was after Pac. It was after Pac. Yes.
Yeah. So let's say 2016, 2017. Okay, around that time frame. 2018, between 2016 and 2018. Okay, 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Dude, 7-8 years later, now you're asking for this money?
So what he's trying to say is that his accountants have uncovered misrepresented funds. So what he's saying is they pay him some money, but he would make more than they told him. They divert the fund into secret accounts, move money around.
I get it.
Espinoza and whoever else.
But
He's saying
eight
that
years
now.
later, 8 years later. Like, okay, let me ask you.
But he's trying. No,
Like,
but he's
okay,
trying to
look,
say that his
yeah,
accountants just
but
uncovered it
look,
now.
we're not rich men by any stretch of the imagination. Like, we're rich, but we're not rich, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, my point is, if someone owes you $340 million, wouldn't you want it right away instead of waiting 8 years to say something?
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess he's not fighting Mike Tyson no more. He's fighting that K1 guy, Mike Zambitz now, June
Yeah.
27th in Greece. So, maybe there's a few bucks missing. $340 million, no way. Because here's the thing, like you said, it was 8 years ago. He says it started in 2013. By the way, his accountants and top lawyers that he has would have noticed this. So I
Yeah.
don't know why he's doing it now. He's not going to get 340 million. Maybe they make 5 or 6 million, maybe, but it's not
Yeah.
that much. There's no
No,
way.
no, but it's just insane that it's all coming out like this now. Like, I mean, if you're thinking, okay, now you say it since 2013, right?
That's what he's claiming.
So
When
we're
started.
looking at 12 years now.
Yeah,
Like, it's 12 years. Come on, dude.
I know. That's what he claims.
All right, listen, we got Nick Ball fighting this weekend in the UK. Going up against, hey, little princess. We got Nick Ball going up against Brandon Figueroa. Figueroa's taller. Figueroa has more reach. Figueroa, in my opinion, has probably fought the higher caliber talent in the division.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I think that the European or the British little bulldog and Nick Ball has is he has that experience against one Ray Vargas, who was much taller.
Mm-hmm. I love what the name of this fight. They're billing it a tall order.
Tall
Right?
order, eh?
Tall man. Yeah, that's what the title of the fight is.
I've always looked at
like
Nick
that.
Ball as the British version of Pitbull.
Yeah, he's fun to watch.
He is. So where do you see this fight going, man? I have it. I got a Ball UD.
Yeah, I had Ball SD, Ball UD. My official pick was Ball SD. He's undefeated. He's never lost. This is a big fight in the UK. For us, it's not a big fight because we're all about Super Bowl North America here. We'll catch it, but it's all about Super Bowl. Let's just be honest. But I have Ball winning. They're going to say he can't get inside, but he can get inside. He's like a little bowling ball out there, right?
Yeah, but look what he did against Vargas. He got inside Vargas. He was able to, work his magic. So, but I think this is a harder big man than Ray Vargas is. I mean, if you look at Figueroa's resume, he's gone in there with some big dogs, right? So he has that experience that I don't even think that Nick Ball has per se.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the numbers here. According to the Vegas Sharps, Nick Ball is a minus 380 favorite. What that means, they're giving him a 79% chance to win. So you put $100. You put $380 on Ball, you win 100. Figueroa, they're getting a 27% chance to win, which means plus 270. $100 will pay you 270. 1,000 will pay you 2,700 back. So Vegas is saying Ball's going to win. But that doesn't mean he will. But that's the kind of consensus here.
No, and respect to Figueroa going, overseas to take this challenge. Like Nick Ball, outside of the one or two fights that he's had in Saudi Arabia, the guy hasn't left, the island.
Yeah.
So I would like to see Nick Ball defend his title somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy keeps getting home court advantage, which is fine. I get it. I don't have a problem.
It's a free fight on his own Queensberry promotion. So, I mean.
Yeah. So you can't go wrong with that. And then,
but yeah, I got Ball staying undefeated. I think he's gonna.
I think he wins UD as well. He gets enough in there, but I think it's going to be a challenge for him. I think he's going to come out learning a few things about himself and learning a new couple skills.
Let's see if Figueroa knows how to use his height, knows how to use his jab and keep Ball out. If he can keep Ball on the outside and keep him at distance, then Figueroa could win a decision. But I don't think he can stop Ball from coming in.
We'll find out. Let's see. I mean, a couple of jabs, this and that. Let's see if he changes his game plan or decides to move in a different direction. But yeah, let's see, man. This is why we predict him. This is why we watch him. All right, brother, man. Do we have anything that went down in world history? Something happened today on February the 5th, didn't it?
Yes, it did. We'll start off with that. February 5th, 1943, Jake LaMotta defeated Sugar Ray Robinson by UD in Detroit. This was LaMotta's only victory in their legendary 6-fight rivalry and handed Robinson his first professional defeat after 40 straight wins. We're going to go over to Canada here.
Yeah.
This is a really good one here. February 1st, 1936, Toronto, Ontario. 53 boxers entered a White Hope tournament. An elimination series offering the winner $500.
What year?
And a potential shot at challenging heavyweight champion Joe Louis. Entrants hailed from across Canada, including Toronto, Winnipeg, PEI, reflecting the era's fascination with fighting contender to face the dominant Louis, hoping that a white fighter could fight him and beat him. And $500 is a big lot back in those days, sweetie.
And that's the best part of it all, because it kind of blows my mind when you think about it.
Oh.
Because what year was this? 1956?
36.
1936. Could that fly today, brother? Shows you how far times have come, man.
I know they
The
call
Great
it the
White
White
Hope.
Hope, and they call it the White Hope Tournament. They didn't
The
even
Great White
sugarcoat
Hope
it.
Tournament.
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. And you know what the funny part is? I bet you anything there wasn't a racist angle to that in any way.
No, it wasn't.
They just wanted a white guy to
yeah, because of a draw numbers, right?
Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, brother man, I tell you what, we covered it all. Okay. Congratulations, Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, well done.
Unfortunate, unfortunate that you got stripped 2 days later. I'm sorry about that. How often do you say congratulations and sorry in the same sentence as the same guy, right?
One thing about Shakur, this way he fought off his back foot, countering Lopez. Yeah, it was masterful. It's fun to watch. Am I a fan of Shakur Stevenson? Yeah, I don't mind the guy. He's my favorite fighter. No, but he's one of the best. He's one of the, what is he, top 3 or 4 pound for pound of the world now, right? Like
I would actually put him. I mean, Usyk is number 1 just because of Usyk, right? I'd put him right at number 3 right now under Inoue.
Yeah.
Right. He has to be, right? I mean, he's done it. He's getting it done.
Count Bud, but Bud retired, so we can't count him.
Well, yeah, Bud retired, but it is what it is. All right, guys and gals, it's Super Bowl Sunday. If you're in North America or around the world, you can watch it around the world. But I mean, it is the biggest party this weekend in North America. West Coast party at that too in San Francisco. If you're a Bad Bunny fan, well, you're in luck. You get Bad Bunny for the halftime show. And if you don't like Bad Bunny, I believe there's a lot of YouTube channels that are going to put on their own halftime show. So
yeah,
you'll find something that you like. And if you don't like it, you don't like it, right? Me personally, I'm looking forward to the dog Super Bowl. Don't they have one of those where the little puppies play?
Yeah, they do. I don't really care about the halftime shows anymore. They've been so silly lately that whatever, go get a snack, go to the washroom.
Exactly. That's your second match of the night bathroom break.
Exactly.
If you're in the wrestling world. All right. So we got all that happening. So guys and gals, that means a lot of people are going to be drinking. A lot of people are going to be having good food. And a lot of people are going to be drinking and smoking and doing their things this Sunday. So that being said, please be safe. Know your limitations. And if you know you can't, then don't drive. Don't do those silly things, right? One bad decision this weekend can cost you, can cost your family, and change the entire direction of everything you've ever known by making a silly choice.
You know what, dude? I know this has something to do with boxing. I want to bring it up. Right by our work, during the week, especially every morning, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, whenever I'm around that area, right around that bend there where the hotel and liquor store is, there's cops every day pulling 2 or 3 random guys over doing breathalyzers. It even happened to me once. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. They just pull you over at random now to say breathalyzer. It's like you could be grandma going shopping at 8 in the morning. I seen an old lady getting breathalyzed.
Yeah, no, but I mean, that area is.
That's a new rule now, eh? They can just pull you over and they can check you for weed or alcohol in your breath without probable cause anymore.
Pull me over anytime you want, bro.
No, I'm fine.
I'm the same as me, right? That's the thing. That should be worrisome to people who do those silly things, right? And
well, notice he said, you've been drinking. I said, yeah, I had a Coke Zero.
There you go.
He says, I said, I'll get, and I joke with him, but he was not happy that I said that. You know what I mean?
I did that. I did it at the border once. I'll never do it again. The guy goes to me, have you been drinking? I don't know why he asked me that at the border. I go, yeah. He goes, what? Beer? And he goes, really? Okay, yeah, root beer. But that didn't.
The border guards aren't as friendly as the cops sometimes.
No, but I don't think cops are friendly anymore either, for the most part. And I don't blame them. In some cases, they've been chastised and abused, and
we've actually lowered the standard of policing in North America.
Brother, we've lowered the standard in every field. Okay.
Crazy. Yeah, that's true.
Every aspect of society, every profession. The bar has been lowered and lowered and lowered. Look, I don't want to get into it. Listen, everybody, have a safe weekend. Please be safe. Make the right choices and don't call it a mistake, because you're old enough to drink. And if you're old enough to do the silliness, then you're making choices. You're not making mistakes. Remember that. Okay. So guys, gals, have a great Super Bowl. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Enjoy. Samp Chance will enjoy, and we'll be back Tuesday with wrestling. Samp Chance are out.